Hey YouTube. So I was looking for some ideas on different stuff, and I don't mind repeating myself from time to time, especially when it comes to things like training, or especially things, you know, along those lines, getting new drivers squared away. So I got with our recruiting department and asked them some of the questions they get, and one of them was, what's the difference between working in North Dakota and working in Texas? So obviously there are differences. Let me break it down for you. In the summertime, it may get up 80-90 degrees in North Dakota. It does get hot up there. I spent a lot of years working up there. It does get hot up there. But in Texas, especially West Texas, 112, 114. In between the trucks out on site, you know, you're talking 120, 130 degrees. And engines revved up, getting that sand blown off. It gets damn hot. So there's that. Now, here's the big difference weather-wise, people, just weather-wise. It gets damn cold in North Dakota. I mean, they had a few weeks up there as 40, you know, 30, 40, 50 below zero. If you can put up with that for just a couple weeks, you know, yes, it gets cold up there, but the money up there is good. And to me, it was always worth it. It was always worth dealing with a little bit of cold weather for the money that we were making up there. So for me, that's where I'm at on that. Now, what's the work difference? What do we do different in North Dakota that we don't do in Texas? Well, we do everything that we do in Texas that they do in North Dakota. And North Dakota does everything we do down here. Here's the difference. North Dakota is 80, maybe 90% sandbox work. In other words, if you don't know what a sandbox is, it's a big steel box that they set on a chassis. You go get it loaded, and then you go out to location. They take a forklift and pick up the loaded box, set it to the side, put an empty box on that chassis, lock it back down, and you go get another load. It's quicker, right? It is. This is where people tend to get pissy. Well, they don't pay as good. Well, you're right. Some of them pay a little less than pneumatic. But here's the deal. You're going to haul more loads. So you're either going to break even or end up making maybe a little bit, probably a little bit more than you're going to pull in a pneumatic. So if you're an owner-operator that doesn't have a blower, North Dakota is probably the choice for you, because in Texas, we do pneumatic work. 95% of our work in Texas is pneumatic work. You're going to have a blower. If you've never done either one of these, they're stupid easy to learn. I don't know how many guys that I've trained since I started at Brady that had absolutely no experience in pneumatic. It's very easy to learn. Now, don't get me wrong, some guys catch on faster than others. But it's easy. Once you figure it out and figure out what works best for your trailer, it's easy. But we do have positions for owner-operators and company drivers with no pneumatic experience that want to just pull boxes, but that opportunity is not very prevalent in West Texas. We don't do a lot of it down here. Not to say we don't do any. We do some sandbox work. But if you're looking, I think, is there's really not, I mean, there's traffic up there, but I don't think it's nowhere near as bad as West Texas. West Texas, these people down here are stupid. They're crazy. They're just freaking nuts. I don't think, at least in all the years that I worked in North Dakota, I don't think it was anywhere close as bad. And I was working up there in the height of the boom. I mean, you're talking, Williston was seeing 200,000 trucks a day through there in a 12-hour period. I mean, it was stupid amounts of trucks up there, and I don't think the traffic was anywhere near as bad as it is in West Texas. Another thing, I think the people in North Dakota are nicer. That's just me, and I'm talking just you know, all around, not just drivers, but just the general public, and the way they look at truck drivers up there, and the way what truck drivers have done for the economy and what they're doing up there. As long as you're not acting a fool, they've been very receptive to what we're doing. So as far as the people, I mean, I still got a lot of good friends up there. I own some, and a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go up there at the end of this. New guys up there that signed on to go to North Dakota. So looking forward to that. I get to see some people I hadn't seen in a few years. But if you're an owner-operator with no blower, and you're thinking, well, I want to go to Brady, there is opportunities here for you that you can come and work for us and save the money to get you a blower. What you have to learn, no matter what terminal you go to, is where to stage up at night. That's what it comes down to, is how are you going to make the most money? Well, you're going to have to learn where to stage up tonight. It's the same thing you're going to get into in North Dakota. North Dakota has places they load out of. They've got wells located in certain areas, and you've got to figure out, after you're there, where to stage up so you can make the most money. So we have a lot of things in common, but there are a lot of differences. I highly recommend anybody that don't have a blower, you can't afford to go get a blower right now, I would highly recommend, if you're really interested in Brady, talking to them about going to one of the other locations where you can make the money you need to make, pull in a sandbox, save the money, get your blower on, and then you can talk to them about getting some pneumatic training if you've never done it, and going to a different terminal. Now, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes we don't need more drivers at other terminals that you may want to go to. Brady is very good about trying to make things work and make everybody happy, but you also have to understand sometimes it just doesn't work. So highly recommend, and this goes for company drivers too. North Dakota has some trucks up there that don't have blowers, so that's all you guys do is sandbox work. So if you're just looking to get into the oil field and you want to do sandbox, just realize you're probably, if you're going to want to work for Brady, you're probably going to have to go to North Dakota or one of the other terminals. Again, I don't know enough about Farmington's workload to really tell you how that's going to work. So I'm going to do another video here in just like 2 minutes right after this one that touches on something else. I just want to rename it so people don't get things confused. But guys, as always, check Brady out. Brady does not pay me to do these videos. I get no cash to do these videos, and I don't BS you guys. I mean, I'm going to give it to you straight. So if you got any questions, shoot me a comment. I try to get back to them just as quick as I possibly can, but realize I am in West Texas, and I am sometimes in the middle of a desert where I have no signal, or at least not enough to open up YouTube and do all that stuff. So guys, share the video, get it out there. Let me know if you got any comments, and let me know if you got any video requests, as long as they are not anything vulgar, or, you know, anything. I'll probably do them. I've had a couple requests, and I kind of had to talk to the company to see what they thought about them, and I stayed away from them. I didn't want to do them in the first place, but excuse me. That's my wife. So I'm just going to tell her I'll call her right back. But I am going to do another video.